let's jump into our final topic here, and it is about what you just talked about, the in-season tournament. The NBA is having an in-season tournament, which will culminate in December, right?
Yep.
Will culminate in December. It's basically a way to get more money to the players. With each win, there's a certain amount of money that will be granted to each player.
I saw the coaches, too. Get some more money
too.
also, yeah.
Oh, sweet. So these are regular season games that are happening. So tonight's game between the Bulls and Magic will count towards the Bulls' in-season record, but also will count towards the Pool C in-season tournament. What do we make of this? Is this convoluted?
Yes.
Do we like this? Can convoluted things be nice?
Convoluted things can be nice. I don't see under any circumstances how, other than the broadcast presentation, this is any different than just the game they played the other night, right?
Right.
I mean, it's a regular season game.
Correct.
Against the team they were going to play anyway. The only caveat being that if they win this, it's better for the standings of something that they're competing for but not really competing for. Like, it's kind of why don't they just block out the middle of the season and play an actual tournament? That makes more sense, right? And granted, that would take up more time, and you don't have those games. You would have to shave down the number of regular season games to accompany that, I'm sure. But like, this is just out of this world, arbitrary to me. Why is it this game that counts for the tournament other than the next game? Right?
Yeah. You said exactly what I was going to say. That's 100%. Like, there's people who are on the radio today. I was listening to the Score, and they had Kendall Gill, who is part of his job is to know about the in-season tournament. And he was like, they haven't played a game. I know the basics that everybody else knows. I don't know more until I see the games and what it actually does. Like, do the Bulls play harder today? Do they think that, oh, man, if we win this game, we can go to Vegas eventually and lose to the Spurs in a semifinal game? No, they don't care about this.
But in a semifinal game that is for a trophy that is not the main one that they're playing for.
Yeah, are Bulls fans going to be like, if they win this tournament, they're like, baby, we're the in-season tournament champions.
Are they going to print up shirts?
Yeah, we're going to be like, yeah, exactly.
Like the Rangers had the shirts on the other night?
Are they going to be like Group C champions?
Banners?
Yeah,
Are there going to be banners?
We were 2023 Group C in-season tournament champions.
In-season tournament champs. Like, it's good. I would want it on the backside of the NBA schedule because
that's what the playoffs are, Herb.
Yeah, but I know, but like February to like the beginning of April, it's just such a slog. It's so, especially if your team's like in that no man's land and we're not going anywhere. At least that would give fans of those teams, like the last place teams, something to look forward to. Maybe my team can catch one of those teams that is struggling or trying to sit out players. They can go and grab a game versus them. They can win another game versus another team that's trying to just get to the playoffs and doesn't care about this bullshit game, and they can get an in-season tournament. Beginning of the year, everybody's playing hard, everybody's fresh, and so I get why they're playing it now, but I think it would do better if they reimagine it next year, back of the schedule instead of the front of the schedule.
Well, too, I think also it probably gives more incentive to quit in the last half of the season. There's no the in-season tournament is already over.
Yeah.
None of these
What are
games
you
matter.
talking about?
Well, like,
why
I'm
do
saying,
people care about winning an in-season tournament? They're trying to win the championship.
This is a championship.
It's just...
And they win money.
There's a trophy.
There's money.
There's a trophy. I don't know how well, like, do you go in the off season and you're like, hey, man, look at that ring. In-season trophy champion, bro. What you got? Oh, I got the real championship.
Imagine if the Bulls win the in-season tournament championship and they get the trophy. You could go to the Advocate Center where they will have on display 6 NBA championship trophies and then one little in-season tournament trophy that's like half the size, and you're going to be like, what is this?
I bet money they're going to put it right there, though, too.
What is
within
this?
it? Like, this is our championships right here.
Players on the winning team will each get $500,000, which is more than Eric Armstead's game check. The San Francisco 49ers posting his game check.
Oh,
That's not a lot of money.
It's post-tax.
Okay.
I mean, San Francisco, very, very taxed out there. Runners-up will get $200K. Losing players of the semifinals will each get $100K, and losing players of the quarterfinals will each get $50K.
Yeah, that was an appropriate sound effect. Great job,
Fun.
Sarah, because that sums it all up, doesn't it?
Oh, and there will be a most valuable player award for the in-season tournament.
Does he get more money?
Will it be the catcher from the Rockies?
Will they run it back? Like, if the Bulls win the in-season tournament, it's like, well, this team they won the in-season tournament.
Like next year, you
yeah,
mean?
like this
defending in-season tournament champs.
This causes them to like pick
Even
up
though
Pat Williams' option or whatever, and Zach Levine gets an extension again or something.
Pat Williams only balls out in the in-season tournament games.
He's really got that in-season tournament dog in him.
Yep.
I don't know.
He's like, when I was a kid, I used to watch the in-season tournament. Man, finally here. So great.
I've always dreamed of a day like this. Mercy. All right, so you had something proposed for MLB?
Yes.
though?
So your original prompt was, should there be a baseball version of this, and if so, what? Should there be? Absolutely not. But you were
I'm
like,
surprised you have something.
if you were like,
Because it seems like you'd just be totally against it.
if I got a call right now from Rob Manfred and he was like, Vinny,
Time
we're
to craft.
doing an in-season tournament, but I have no idea what to make it. We have to do it, and you have to come up with something.
Your first question would be like, how'd you get my number, Rob? And
It'd be Jerry Seinfeld. Who is this? But so what I would say is, you have to make it matter to the big thing, to the actual playoffs, the actual trophy. So here you go. I don't know if every minor league used to do this, but the Midwest League, where the my hometown Kane County Cougars used to play,
Somewhere.
it's that way. They had first half champions.
yes.
And those teams were guaranteed spots in the playoffs. So here you go. At the end of the first half, right before the All-Star break, the top two teams, or the top team in each league, is the first half champion. They're guaranteed a playoff spot. Then they play each other in a 3-game series on the back half of the All-Star week. So the All-Star break goes from just half a week to a full week. The weekend is the in-season tournament, just AL champ versus NL champ, and they're guaranteed a playoff spot.
I kind of like having just it be a 1-game final.
Sure.
Because then you could just do it on the All-Star game day and maybe make that a little more important.
I
Or
think
maybe
you
you could
do it the day after the All-Star
right.
game.
So
And then
you got
none
the
of
home
those
run
teams
derby.
none of those teams' players would probably be in the All-Star game.
Right.
Or maybe they would, but they might not. But then there you go. Play at neutral site at the game at the stadium where the All-Star game is. Just add it to All-Star.
And then that way too, you get like the best pitching matchup you can get, right? Because
Ace versus ace, right? Exactly.
right.
And also, you would have less fights because then Yasmani wouldn't be leaving to get some time with his family. But my big-time thing is they're going to be changing the floors for the NBA. You change the grass for the in-season tournament for baseball.
blue.
Red,
Take some tips
blue,
from
like
Boise State.
Eastern Washington's got red grass or red turf. Just make it really weird.
And here's another thing.
Kill grass
Here's another
for no
thing.
reason.
Yes.
Maybe you don't do it at where the All-Star game is, because that's usually at a big league stadium. You make the quote-unquote Field of Dreams game, or whatever that is that year. You do not announce who it is ahead of time. The winner, the first half champions play the Field of Dreams game, or whatever that becomes.
Theo's going to be
Yeah.
giving you a call, man. You got
Who
these
is?
ideas. Theo Epstein. He made the pitch clock. He made all these new rules. Vinny's got the new rules that are nice.
Didn't you hear Rob Manfred's calling me?
Yeah, but he doesn't have the ideas. These are Theo's ideas and Vinny's.
Also, too, you're shocked that Rob Manfred can get Vinnie Duber's phone number?
Yes.
Not, but like we were so surprised. Like we're not surprised that Tony La Russa can make a few phone calls, pull a few strings, and make it into the World Series box.
You think
But,
he was asking
You guys
around
connected
for
in?
tickets?
No.
Like, oh man, anybody got any tickets?
Yeah, no, I
I'm
think
sure he was called up and
I think he
invited.
scalped them.
No, he just walked to the building. Is like,
I'm a Hall of Famer baseball
and walked
person.
past the security guy. Just walked to the side of him.
Remember when I used to be the head of baseball operations in this
remember me.
very building?
I'm going right past you. Thank you, though.
Hello, Mike. I'm walking in. Why did I bring up Tony? Sorry. They know I shouldn't
About
bring up
Vinny
Tony.
having his number, or
Oh, yeah,
Rob Manfred
right.
having his number.
I mean, Rob Manfred can easily get your phone number.
I'm sure he can.
You have enough connections where, Rob Manfred could find,
Also,
he could call Scott
Not
Merkin.
me. I don't have enough. He has enough connections where he could figure it out.
He's the commissioner
He's
of
the
baseball.
commissioner of Major League Baseball.
He probably can get your home phone number, Herb.
Well, I remember. Oh yeah, the baseball book had everybody's numbers in those too back in the day when you had the.
before emails were a thing.
You remember that?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Baseball NFL book, the blue book and the black book.
Go buy, yeah. I mean, oh my God, the Score had a ton of those. Here's the 2005 NBA Black Book. I can't wait to call up the Charlotte Bobcats media relations.
What's Dan O'Shaughnessy doing now?
Being a curmudgeon. All right. Anything else? I mean, I think Vinny solved it.
He did.
I mean,
was pretty great.
I would.
Would you, because
I
here's
like the
thing.
first half idea because it I think what the
Incentivizes
Yankees would have been.
This year?
Yeah, or they would, because they had a pretty decent first half.
They were the best team in the American League in the first half.
Maybe it was the Rays.
By the time we got to mid-July,
I don't know.
I think it was the Rays ran away with it, right?
Maybe
Remember?
I'm thinking of a different AL East team, but I like that. And maybe too, it's like, they get their own spot in the playoffs?
No, because you don't want to.
Yes.
You don't want to eliminate the ability for a team to win the division. So it's not like you're just giving this team the 1 seed and saying enough. They're just guaranteed a spot. So the worst that can happen from a team making the playoffs that wouldn't deserve to do it is that the third team in the wild card standings would miss the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah, because the team that was good in the first half and then dropped would be guaranteed the lowest seed.
Do you eliminate? Okay.
But if they do just end up being the best team and win their division, then there you go. They would have made it anyway, but they're guaranteed. They can't fall out of the playoffs once they've won the first half.
So we can eliminate a wild card team, but we can't.
You can't.
Like, you wouldn't shrink it.
No.
Okay.
No.
It's interesting.
No. Yeah. So if the White Sox somehow won the in-season tournament, sorry, who's the third place team? Texas?
Yeah.
Sorry, Rangers. Get your ass out of the playoffs. It's White Sox time.
Well, Diamondbacks were the third place team, right?
In the National League.
Sorry, Diamondbacks.
So, I mean, hey, maybe.
The Marlins. Weren't the Marlins?
Oh, yeah,
Marlins.
Yeah.
They had to play, the Brewer.
That was very sloppy. Could have been the Cubs. Say Suzuki dropped that damn ball. Sorry.
I'm still not over that.
We were here.
Sorry.
Oh, I know. That's
That's one of my favorite clips on TikTok, where Cody's just puts his head down. He thinks he's got the catch, and his late reaction that Seiya dropped the ball. Oh, so beautiful. It's not Cubs Sox thing, but it's just a great film.
You could hear a pin drop in my house because there just was no. I can't. It was. I've already ranted on the Cubs about it.
Yeah, I forgot. You missed the Brant Brown thing,
I give
too.
Seiya an F literally just because of that play.
How old were you in 2003, Sarah?
3.
So this was
good age.
Wow, how about this? Your biggest taste of Cubs heartbreak was this year's Seiya Suzuki preventing them from making the third wild card. Oh,
I know.
boy.
No, I've been lucky because I was 16, when they won the World Series, and so and I didn't really become a fan until I was like 14. So yeah, no, it's been pretty good.
You gave 2 years. You gave a fan right when they came good.
I know.
Good job,
yeah,
Sarah. You chose wisely.
It's been a tough 2 years.
Not making the playoffs. Being respectable, but not making the playoffs.
Yeah, right. Having
Sucks to be you, Sarah.
Fun young team. Oh, man. Yeah.
God damn it.
Hey, I mean, there's going to be the White Sox version of Sarah in 2 years because the 2012 Cubs lost 101 games. So, I mean, so basically, 2025 is going to be a year that's going to create a lot of White Sox fans. And in 2027, the White Sox are going to be World Series champions. You're here first. Nope. And no pushback.
We all silly like the mayor.